Hi everybody, it's Kristen with Hasta Cielo y Mas, and today I am participating in a tag from the beautiful and wonderful Ruthie from Mystery Guest 1948 for a tag called My Weight Loss Journey. And so I'm going to be answering some questions kind of spontaneously about my weight loss journey. I am on my plastic surgery journey right now, and I am 3 weeks post-op in the lovely Faja. And it's hot and I'm swollen, and so I'm gonna try to keep this short. So it's going a little spontaneous today, but I'm finally ready to make this. Anyway, the first question is, when did you start gaining weight? I was 8 pounds 2 ounces at birth, and by the age of 5 I was about 100 pounds. I was a very large kiddo, chunky monkey, and I was always big, tall and large. Yes. When did I start gaining weight? Immediately. Are you an emotional eater? Number 2. I consider myself an emotional eater, sure. I am not always aware of why I eat. More than an emotional eater, I've always considered myself a mindless eater. Mindless, once I learned the term mindless eating and the term intuitive eating, that just clicked with me big time, because I have always eaten mostly for boredom, but you know, I actually have used food to fill a void that maybe I didn't want to identify. So maybe that's the reason for the mindless eating. So eating my emotions, if that's what I'm doing, it's fairly unaware. Number 3, how long have I been dieting? Well, I've been large my whole life. I'm pretty sure I was put on a diet really young. I don't remember all the diets, but I do remember one called the Cambridge diet. I also remember being a member of TOPS, which stands for Take Off Pounds Sensibly, and I've done Weight Watchers multiple times. I even went to Weight Watchers camp in the Poconos when I was a teenager. I remember going age 16 at the weight of 235, which I'm currently 240-ish, so just 5 pounds less than I currently am. And I went to the Poconos, and I barely ate anything, and I exercised a lot, and I came home around 200 pounds. So I lost 35 pounds in the summer, and over about 7 weeks, so about 5 pounds a week, which is crazy because I can't lose anything right now, so that's just crazy. But anyway, I got home, I stayed on Weight Watchers, and I did get below 200 at the age of 16 for the first time that I can recall. I don't even know at what age I was when I went over 200, but I will say that I was a full-grown adult at age 12. I was 5'8" and size 12, tight 12 shoe, because now I wear a 13 because now they make a size 13, but then they didn't. And I wore men's shoes, men's size 10, 10 and a half, 11. But anyway, so yeah, I've been a full-grown adult since the age of 12 and probably over 200 pounds since the age of 12. Are you following any specific diet? So I have had the DS, and I had that about 18 months ago. 3 months prior to the DS, when I was told that I needed to lose quite a significant amount of weight before surgery, between 50 and 75 pounds, I started the ketogenic diet. I've continued with the ketogenic diet. I'm not super fanatical about my diet right now because I am post-op plastics, but I do consider myself someone who subscribes to a ketogenic way of living. I do intend to eat low carb for the rest of my life. I prefer this way of eating. Number 5, have you cut out any foods completely? So, of course, I have, as a ketogenic person. I'm not going to list all the foods. Most of you know what keto is and what I've given up completely. Yeah, that's basically it. I don't know if there's a question for this, so I'm going to answer it here. Have I given up foods that I wish I didn't have to give up? One of the things that I miss is eating a big salad. Even 18 months out, one of the things I cannot eat is a large quantity of salad. And I do miss that because I did really like a good big salad, and I can't do that anymore. Number 6, have you had success losing weight in the past? Sure. I've lost over 100 pounds several times. I was a vegetarian for a while, and I lost over 100 pounds. When I was 38 years old, and I'm 49 now, so 11 years ago, I did weight loss shakes. I did shakes and exercise for a period of a while, and I lost 150 pounds. And the purpose of that was to get pregnant. So I started at around 450 then. I've been over 400 for a very long time, maybe 25 years, 20 years. So probably 25 years. So anyway, I was 450 at age 38, and I got down to just below 300. And I was trying to get to 225, which was the weight that my doctor wanted me to be at to help me with Clomid and other fertility type measures. And I was diagnosed with uterine cancer and had to have a hysterectomy. So yes, basically I have had success in the past with weight loss. Number 7, do you follow a workout plan? So most of you know that I have a severe balance problem. I have bilateral, both ears, vestibular paralysis. So I have no balance. Bending over makes me dizzy. And most activities that would require me to maybe balance on one leg to straddle something, riding a bike is impossible. I have a lot of major issues, and this has been going on for a little over 4 years. So the only thing that I can do is water exercises. I can do water exercises, although ironically, water exercises are probably one of the least safe things for me, because if I go under the water, I may not realize I may not be able to right myself, because my brain has no sense of whether I'm upside down, right side up, etc. So they tell people with bilateral vestibular paralysis never to swim alone, and always to avoid swimming underwater. So water aerobics is actually the best thing for me. And so I'm in a large group, I'm in shallow water, and I don't go underwater. So however, it's very challenging for me to watch the instructor, because watching movement makes me nauseous and sick and disoriented. And so a lot of times I close my eyes during the water aerobics and do my own routine, do my own movement. So yeah, it's kind of lousy, but that's what I do. I've just had plastics almost 3 weeks ago, so I have another 3.5 weeks until I can go back to water aerobics, but I'm very excited to resume water aerobics, and that's basically my best exercise. Some of you may know that I did do a 5K at WLSFA. The first time that I've been tracking, which I've been tracking for about 1.5 years, that I've gone over 10,000 steps in a day. So that was super awesome. I think I would hit about 12,000, almost 13,000 steps that day. And I used 2 canes that day. I didn't use my walker. I used 2 canes, and I didn't fall. I had a couple partners, thanks Lori, and Bill, if you were to ever watch this. Anyway, I had a couple partners, and I was safe, and it was fun, and I'd like to do that again. I really enjoyed it. It was pretty effortless. So it would be nice if I could walk a long distance on a regular basis, but I really don't have a partner, and it's not something I would do by myself. It wouldn't be safe. Number 8, what are some of your favorite diets? I did do vegetarian for a while. Now I'm doing keto, which is the total opposite. I don't really know how to answer that question. How much weight do you want to lose? Okay, so when I saw my PCP before I had weight loss surgery, he said he expected me to get to 150. Now, those of you who know me and have seen me, and maybe you can tell from here, I'm a big person. I seriously wear a size 13 shoe. I'm a big person. I'm only 5'8", maybe a little shorter now as a grown old lady, but you know, I'm not getting to 150. The lowest I've ever been in my adult weight would be 195. I've never been below 195. At 195, I was a size 14. I'd be thrilled to be a 14. I'm currently about an 18. So I do expect to lose more weight. I do not know how I'm going to do it, or when it's going to happen, or what. But you know, in order to have success with my lower body plastics, I'd like to lose 40 to 50 more pounds and get below 200. So somehow, some way, I need to get below 200. And so will I ever get below, say, 190, 180? I have no idea. I can't conceptualize that. And it's not a priority for me to see that number on the scale. It's not even a priority for me to see Wonderland on the scale. It's just, at this point, it's like whatever my body decides to do. And my body's really happy around 240. It's just happy. So we'll see what happens. Do you feel you were addicted to food? I feel that I used food for boredom. I also feel like I didn't enjoy the feeling of hunger. I don't know why, but hunger made me anxious. And so in order to avoid hunger, I would eat large quantities 3 times a day. I was never a snacker. I tried to keep unhealthy foods, whatever that meant, out of my house. That did change once I had kids. My kids are adopted, so they've only been home about 5 years. So definitely there's been a lot more unhealthy foods in my house since then. I wouldn't even, you know, get stuff at fast food or at convenience stores, or get junk at, I avoided candy aisles and chip aisles. I didn't buy stuff like that. But what I would do, because I worked home health, which means I went from home to home visiting patients, I would get large meals. I'd get a large breakfast. I'd get a large lunch. Sometimes I'd get a treat. I live in South Texas. It's hot. I would stop and get a Sonic ice cream or a Sonic something between my last couple patients, before my last couple patients. Addicted to food. I had an unhealthy relationship with food for sure. As a bariatric patient, I've actually done fairly well avoiding most unhealthy foods the majority of the time. When I am kind of bombarded with unhealthy foods, like I'm in a free-for-all environment, say, you know, a potluck or something like that, it's a little harder for me. And then I'm grateful for my restriction. I still make good choices. I make the best choices that I can. But then, you know, I really have to rely on my restriction. And of course, it's protein first. And so, you know, once I eat enough protein, there's just no room for anything else. So that's what I have to say about that. So last question. Are you comfortable in your body now? I have not, my brain has not caught up to the fact that I am 240 pounds, which maybe some of you started around this weight or just barely above this weight. But y'all, I haven't been below 300 much of my life, and below 400 most of my life. So, you know, to be about the weight I was in high school is just, that's just crazy. And I don't feel that. Like, I don't feel like I did in high school. I feel much larger. I would say that I feel 330-ish, around 330, what I think 330 feels like. But, you know, it is so complicated. It's so, this whole thing is so complicated. And maybe skin plays a big role and factor in that, because, you know, I am carrying a lot of skin around. I will tell you that having my bust lifted and my arms reduced in size, they look pretty good. They're kind of swollen, but they look pretty good. You know, that helps. That helps a lot. I'm a very big proponent of plastic surgery after extreme weight loss. Having gone with Joni from Smiling Shrinking, and I will put her link below as well because she's tagged. If you've already been tagged, Joni, I know you're on vacation, but you got to do this. Anyway, you know, I am a proponent. I think it's very, very helpful to helping you come to terms with, you know, what your body really looks like. So my goal is to lose 40 to 50 more pounds and then have lower body work. I'm saving for that. And when I'm able to do that, I will, and I think that will help me a lot. So comfortable in my body now, I can do a lot more. I feel a lot better, and that's about it. So guys, thanks for watching, and I will come at you Thursday with a 3 weeks post plastic update. I have some important news, but I'm not going to share it right now, so come back on Thursday. And God bless y'all from the heart of Texas. Take care. Bye.